There was a man named Phil Mike.
The thing start up for the thing people us. Don't mess with Mom.
This is the dark.
An abusive childhood left her hiding behind a mask until the dangerous Duke demanded she remove it.
Take off the mask now.
Now he wants more than just her face. It all began the night she saw him gripping her cruel father by the collar at the ball. In that moment, she wondered, could he be her only way out? And when their paths finally crossed, she was stunned. The same Duke who spent the evening rejecting every woman had presented her with kindness that no one shows. What rattled her even more was that he knew who she was.
Party is inside.
I'm very aware of that, Alessandro. Why did you tense up when I said your name? Like I shouldn't know what it is. Who else would be wearing a mask around the Baron's home with the rumored cursed daughter?
Haven't you heard? Her mother put a hex on the girl. Anyone who gazes upon her face dies.
Alessandra was quietly amused.
This is the true story of the Skinwalkers. Skinwalkers are warlocks with the ability to shapeshift and become animals or people. They can not only take your appearance, but also clone your voice perfectly. The biggest Skinwalker sightings have been in Ohio and Arizona, but they are found all over the world. The preferred form of Skinwalkers is that of your pet. They take the form of your pet and enter your home and try to act like your pet to gain your trust, and then they can take your life. Watch how in this video the boy realizes that his dog is a Skinwalker.
Let me see. I'll know if she's my dog. Marlene, sit. Turn around. Turn around. Lay down. You're not my dog. My dog don't know how to do no fucking trick. The fuck? Call 911. Hey! Somebody!
This is the true story of the Skinwalkers. Skinwalkers are warlocks with the ability to shapeshift and become...
When the bullies mocked Jennifer, Quinn finally ran out of patience because she was the love of his life. The bullies hated Quinn for being the only...
This evil teacher caused an entire school to go into lockdown. In 1995, in the quiet town of Ridgefield, Ohio, students at Ridgefield Middle School started disappearing. All of them were from Mrs. Holloway's history class. She was a quiet teacher with a perfect smile, but something about her seemed off. Rumors spread that strange things happened in her classroom after school. Some kids said they saw candles and weird symbols.
Anything what else want on my bed other than lose a dead little bullet named Dose? Bullet? I will lose them very often.
On the floor. Others claimed Mrs. Holloway would stare at certain students like she was choosing them. One student, Emily, decided to stay late and find out the truth. Hiding near the classroom, she heard chanting. When she peeked inside, she saw Mrs. Holloway standing in the dark with a shadowy figure behind her, tall, with glowing red eyes. Mrs. Holloway whispered, "This one will do," and pointed to a missing student's desk. The next day, the school went on lockdown. Police searched Mrs. Holloway's classroom, but only found strange carvings on the desks and drawings of the missing kids. Mrs. Holloway had disappeared without a trace. Ridgefield Middle School closed soon after, but locals say they still hear whispers from the empty building at night. Some believe Mrs. Holloway is still out there looking for her next student. This evil teacher caused an entire school to go into lockdown. In 1995, in the quiet town of Ridgefield, Ohio, students at Ridgefield Middle School started disappearing. All of them were from Mrs. Holloway's history class. She was a quiet teacher with a perfect smile, but something about her seemed off. Rumors spread that strange things happened in her classroom after school. Some kids said they saw candles and weird symbols on the floor. Others claimed Mrs. Holloway would stare at certain students like she was choosing them. One student, Emily, decided to stay late and find out the truth. Hiding near the classroom, she heard chanting. When she peeked inside, she saw Mrs. Holloway standing in the dark with a shadowy figure behind her, tall, with glowing red eyes. Mrs. Holloway whispered, "This one will do," the missing students is. The next day, the school went on lockdown.
These identical twins. This is a true story. In the late 1960s, dozens of...
This man ran the best.
I was born to the world.
This is the true story of the real-life Shrek, and it will make you cry. In the 1950s, there was a man named Maurice Tillett, a quiet farmer who lived in the swamps of Louisiana. His strange looks, caused by a condition called acromegaly, made him seem terrifying to others. People called him Shrek because of his appearance, and they stayed away from his land, thinking he was a monster. But Maurice wasn't a monster. He had a secret. One night, a group of curious teenagers entered his swamp, hoping to see the ogre. They never came back. Panic spread through the town, and a mob with torches went to Morris's home, ready to get rid of the swamp beast. When they broke into his house, they didn't find the creature they expected. Instead, they found a small child locked in a room, one of the missing teens. The real monster wasn't Maurice. It was the local sheriff, Don Key, who had used Maurice's scary reputation to hide his own evil actions. The twist: Maurice had been saving children from the real predator, hiding them from the sheriff. After the truth was uncovered, Maurice disappeared, leaving the town to wonder if the real Shrek was still out there, protecting innocent people. This is the true story of the real-life Shrek, and it will make you cry. In the 1950s, there was a man named Maurice Tillett, a quiet farmer who lived in the swamps of Louisiana. His strange looks, caused by a condition...
Dispatch above, got him.
called acromegaly.
Mark, where's her juice? Here, watch it here.
Beep beep. I think I will have another trespasser on the property. Those days I will be in our dog done with us. Wake up, but I don't know what I'm doing.
This woman broke out of prison, all hell broke loose. In 1995, former Miss America Ima Hogg was incarcerated for an unspeakable crime she had committed. Ima was sent to a maximum security prison in Arkansas after receiving a life sentence.
This is the scary, true story of the Crow family, who hurt more than 1,000 people. It's like the story of Wrong Turn. In the 1950s, in a small town called Ravens Hollow, Ohio, there was a strange family known as the Crow family.
And put some things right there, but right down there. Maybe make a drive though that way.
Lived in an old, broken house near a dark forest called Ravenwood. The townspeople didn't like them because they looked and acted very strange. One night, the townspeople decided to get rid of the Crow family. They burned their house, hoping to end family's curse, but the Crow family didn't die.
What now? Don't do the Start break. Come on this way. Come on, I want dog. One drop right there. I am mad by the house maker. Anyone trespass, save them.
They escaped into the forest, hurt and full of anger. Years later, people near Ravenwood Forest started disappearing. Hikers, travelers, and even locals went missing. Rumors spread that the Crow family was behind it. They had turned into hunters, setting traps like hidden holes with sharp spikes, bear traps, and ropes to catch anyone who entered the forest. Survivors said they heard the family laughing and saw them dragging people underground. The only thing left behind was a bloody crow feather. This story is from the United States. I'm in your country, and I'll create a story from there. This is the scary, true story of the Crow family, who hurt more than 1,000 people. It's like the story. Tell anyone I did
This man caused an entire state to go into lockdown.
This was the real-life Squid Game, and it's really horrifying. In 1953, in the small town of Ash Grove, Indiana, a man named Samuel Griggs lived on the edge of the woods. He was quiet, kind, and loved teaching kids games like hide and seek. Once
There was a girl who could... I was born to the world's greatest superhero.
This lady married her dead boyfriend in 1978 in a small...
This man makes the best of this little boy, sells red lemonade. An abusive...
Warning, if you feel like you're being watched...
Bro, if your dog does that...
Warning, if you feel like you're being watched by the trees here in Woodlands National Park, you are. There are dangerous creatures here in these woods that look exactly like trees, but they are very dangerous and they are out to get you. If you hear loud rustling in the woods or see a tree that is suspiciously out of place, report it to a park ranger immediately. We are currently conducting an investigation. James, that tree wasn't there a minute ago. James!
Your mother had such good taste, Alessandra. I was 9 years old when this happened. For whatever reason, I was home alone one night, so I was playing video games upstairs in my room. I wasn't allowed to answer the door to anyone when I was home alone. Whenever I was left alone, it wasn't for long. My mom would just be out grocery shopping or something like that. I was playing Metroid Prime on my GameCube. I used to be obsessed with that game. I heard the house phone downstairs start to ring. My mom always told me to pick up the phone if it rang, in case it was her calling. So I hurried downstairs, and by maybe the fourth ring, I picked up. The caller ID was from my mom's cell phone. She said, "Sweetie, can you come outside and help with the groceries?" I replied, "Mom?" She said back, "Yes." I felt like something sounded off with her voice. You obviously know your own mom's voice, and so even at such a young age, when I was questioning why it didn't sound like her, I said, "Why do you sound like that?" She replied, "Like what, sweetie?" And I hung up. My mom would never use the word sweetie like that, especially twice in a matter of seconds. The phone rang again, and my mom's number came up on the caller ID again. I ignored it.